Hey everyone. MercadoLibre is sometimes known as the Amazon of Latin America, and it has an interesting business model that's growing rapid. So in this video, I'll review MercadoLibre's latest results. I'm especially curious how its business in Argentina is doing, given the significant political changes in that region. I'll also review the different segments of growth for the business. I'll look at its longer-term profitability expansion. I'll weigh it against its valuation, and I'll update my buy recommendation for MercadoLibre stock. I'll let you know if I think it's a buy, hold, or a sell. So let's get right into it. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. All right, so in its latest quarter, GMV, which stands for gross merchandise value, grew by 30% in Brazil, 30% in Mexico, and that was led by growth of items sold of 32% and 28% respectively. So this growth was not just due to price increases, it was actually the number of units sold increasing. That's good news. Additionally, its unique active buyers increased by 25% in Mexico and 18% in Brazil year over year. The company also reporting record levels of retention after 6, 9, and 12 months with their 2023 cohorts, customers that joined in 2023. This indicates how we have positioned MercadoLibre as the leader in facilitating the offline spending online, which should drive long-term growth. And that's the trend happening worldwide. People are spending more money online. They're shifting their spending from in-person to online. Spending online is just so much more convenient, and it's oftentimes less expensive. So consumers worldwide are continuously spending more and more and more online as they continue to receive the benefits and they continue to notice the benefits of shopping online. They keep asking themselves, why do I ever go to the store? It's crowded. I have to look for parking. I have to get transportation. I have to fight traffic. Why? Why deal with all of that when I can just order the item online? I could comparison shop better if I want to find out what one store has in terms of their price versus another store. I don't have to drive to both stores to compare price. I can just open up two websites and see where the best price is. So it's just so much more convenient. Brick and mortar, they cannot compete. It's unfair. Some locations have found a way to fight back against the shifting online sales, but longer term, it's inevitable. An increasing share of spending will happen online. It won't be 100%, but it will be an increasing share. Now, here's another trend I've been noticing with e-commerce companies like MercadoLibre is advertising is growing rapidly. For MercadoLibre, the ad business grew 64% year over year. Solid growth to be sure. Companies like Amazon are growing their advertising spending by more than 20% year over year. eBay, Etsy, etc., they're all increasing their ad revenue from their online websites year over year. Businesses are very interested in having this kind of advertising available because consumers who go to MercadoLibre, who go to Amazon, they're going there with the intent to buy something. So that's a lot more favorable time to advertise to somebody versus when that same person is, let's say, watching a movie on Netflix and you show them an advertisement. That's more likely just to annoy the person rather than get them to buy your product. Versus if they're already on the website, they're looking for something in that category that you're offering, and you show an advertising to them and say, hey, by the way, we have this product at this price. Would you like to buy it? And consumers sometimes say, oh, yes, I would like to buy that. Whereas if you show me an ad while I'm watching a movie, I'm going to get annoyed. I don't want to watch an advertisement when I'm watching a movie. So that's why these types of ad inventory are increasing in popularity. MercadoLibre benefiting from that trend, as is all e-commerce companies, including Amazon, Etsy, and other e-commerce companies around the world. So they remain optimistic about the long-term contribution of advertising to the monetization of the platform. And I agree, I'm seeing this across the board. And another benefit is that ad revenue is more profitable than any other part of the business for these e-commerce companies. Advertising is a lucrative business. So here's what I really wanted to see is Argentina, right? If you're not aware, Argentina elected a unique politician, I would say, as president, as the leader of the country. And this leader has chosen an austere way to control the budget, right? Most countries around the world, the US included, run massive budget deficits. Countries spend more money than they bring in tax revenue. So there's a big gap between how much money is coming in and how much money is going out versus how much money is coming in. And most politicians are afraid to tackle this issue because it's not popular. It's not popular to tell your citizens that, look, we need to tighten our belt. We need to cut spending. We need to raise taxes. We need to balance the budget. What other way is there to balance the budget, right? You got to spend less. You got to bring in more, right? But it's not popular. Politicians like the popular thing, like saying, let's send everybody stimulus checks. Let's give everybody money. Let's not think about where that money is going to come from. Let's just send out the checks because I get to write my name on the check and I can say, look, I gave you a stimulus check. And so that's been the more popular strategy for politicians. But the president in Argentina, to my surprise, got elected on this unique platform. And of course, those austere measures are causing a decrease in economic activity in the region. It's going to cause some pain, right? It's not comfortable to cut spending, right? You're used to a certain lifestyle. If you have to cut spending, not comfortable, right? So Argentina had a difficult quarter, but items sold only decreased by 4% year over year. A surprisingly good result. I was expecting much worse. Now, gross merchandise value grew 214% year over year, but that was still below inflation. So a more informative metric to look at in Argentina is the items sold. So you could see the quantity, how many items actually sold. So management says, and I agree, the business outperformed wider consumption trends in Argentina. So despite the difficulty in the country, given the direction, they still performed relatively well given the circumstances, and that's impressive. So for the fintech business, their monthly active users reached 49 million and grew 38% year over year and 32% from the previous quarter. So they're seeing better retention and an increase in the number of products used on our platform in our more recent cohorts. So I know in the beginning of video, I said, MercadoLibre is sometimes called the Amazon of Latin America. That's not totally accurate. It would be more accurate to say it's a combination of Amazon and PayPal. It's a combination of those. So think of it that way. They have the financial segment as well as the e-commerce segment, and that side of the business is doing well also. Now, if we look longer term, MercadoLibre has turned things around in terms of profitability and cash flow from operations. After bottoming out in 2020 for its operating profit margin and late 2021 for its cash flow from operations to sales, it's been on an upward trend for a couple of years now. The operating profit margin has bounced back up to 12.75%. as the company has offset rising shipping costs by increasing fees to ship these products. And then the cash flow from operations is the highest it's ever been at 36.74% as it relates to sales. So excellent growth in these metrics. Now, over the next 5 years, the analysts on Wall Street that are following MercadoLibre, they expect growth in earnings per share 41.8% for the next 5 years. And the stock is trading at a forward price to earnings of 35.72, which, given the progress of the company, given the outperformance, given its impressive competitive advantages in the regions where it operates, which include Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, and other Latin American countries, I like the progress of the company. I think the valuation is reasonable. So if I was to answer if I think MercadoLibre stock is a buy, hold, or a sell, I would say MercadoLibre stock is a buy. A buy. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.